Gaily bedight, a gallant knight, in sunshine and in shadow, had journeyed long.
What's that all about?
Just a poem, one of Johnny Diamond's favorites. Let's see. Gaily bedight, a gallant knight, in sunshine and in shadow, had journeyed long, singing a song, in search of El Dorado.
Howdy, everyone. Pull up a chair, kick up your boots, take a sip on a nice cold drink. It's El Dorado, the Season 3 of Support Your Local Podcast, where we take a look at the 1966 John Wayne classic El Dorado, one chapter at a time. I am your host, as always, Robert Smith, coming to you from beautiful Tombstone. Yes, that one. Today, we're going to be taking a look at really our last full chapter. It's Chapter 13, Being Nice. We left off last chapter with a lot of dead guys and Bull standing over them. And we start this scene with Cole getting tended to by the doctor back in the jail. Doc is putting a red bandana around Cole's thigh, and Mississippi's standing over them holding a coffee cup. Cole hollers at JP, who's still standing looking out the door for whatever reason. And he tells him, hey, this hand's starting to work again now that I actually don't need it to. And JP turns for a second towards Cole and he says, that's the way it always happens. And Bull walks in the door. JP says, oh, hey, Bull. Now, the sheriff was just literally staring out the door and he didn't see Bull coming up? ? He asks Bull what's going on out there, and Bull replies the town's fit to bust. Be a great time tonight. Every son is fitting to a hollerin', and I'm just glad that the children were present today to witness this frontier gibberish. You're welcome. The doctor tells Cole, these wounds on your leg were made by buckshot, don't you? To which Mississippi is pouring coffee, and he suddenly overfills his cup in a nice laughable moment. And I know it's for the gag that, when he shot the guy through the window, the Duke was, must have taken some friendly fire. But what does the doctor care what kind of bullets hit Cole? As far as he knows, maybe all the bad guys had shotguns. So it's the setup of it never really made a whole lot of sense to me to start with. Like, the doc doesn't know what he was shot with. Who cares? And as everyone teams up in ribbing Mississippi about it, he decides to take a walk and see Joey, and the Duke asks him why he doesn't tell Joey about why he wears that hat. It's just a hat, guys. And Bull informs him that he already talked to Joey, and he told her why. And maybe Joey probably doesn't want to talk to Mississippi now. And I've always been curious why that would be. I mean, he wears the hat to honor the guy that raised him. So that's okay. The guy that raised him was a gambler, so maybe she's like anti-riverboat guys, or, maybe she's hung up that he went on a murder spree of several people to avenge the death of that guy. Maybe she doesn't like murderers. First off, Miss Holier Than Thou, who I think, by my count, has killed quite a few people herself this movie. Just saying. Well, he goes off to fix the situation with her, and that's a wrap for Mr. James Caan, our beloved but sometimes troubled Mississippi, and that's also a wrap on his hat. The doc tells Cole to take it easy, and he hopes he can work on his back soon, and Cole and JP then both wonder what happened to Maudie. And Bull, ever the wise man, informs them that, well, he talked to her too, and she's pretty mad at all of them. So, is this Bull's revenge? You guys messed up my evil plan to take over the town, so, I'll just passive-aggressively screw up any chances of you getting laid? Because that's devious. That's just devious. Good on you, Bull. And this leads to a great back and forth between JP and Cole, with JP pointing out that it's for the best and that women are nothing but trouble, and that he doesn't want to end up like JP did at the beginning of our movie. So this is, just enough to piss off the Duke, who's going to go and talk to that closed door at Maudie's. He grabs the crutch off the desk, but JP reminds him that one is actually his, and the Duke's is over there. He then tells Cole that he's got the crutch under the wrong arm. And this leads to a great improv moment from the Duke. So apparently the running joke on set was that there was a lot of continuity errors of Robert Mitchum and his crutch kind of switching sides and such. And as Cole, he tells the sheriff, well, how would you know? You've been walking around with it on both sides. And it's just great stuff in general, but when you know kind of the history behind it, it makes it for a little bit better chuckle. He then storms off to go do what everyone wanted him to do, and including himself, and that's go get Maudie. So Bull and JP talk about whether or not Cole will settle down, and Bull tells him, he hopes so, as it's only a matter of time before JP makes a fool of himself again, and JP wonders what he'd ever do if Bull ever left him, and, Bull has no time for that sentimental nonsense. He'd rather have him drunk and nasty, and, they both decide then to have a drink together. It's a nice little cap on the relationship between these two. We then dissolve to JP and Cole, and they're both with their crutches hobbling down the main street. And Cole says that it looks like the sheriff will keep his job, which, again, I'm still fuzzy on the whole process there. But yes, he stopped the big bad guy. But he also has, on apparently several occasions, been the drunken asshole. So, go figure. We end our scene with JP telling Cole it'll be nice and quiet in town when Cole leaves, because they don't need his kind here. And we fade to black. So, what happens next? Well, quite frankly, all we have left is the credits. This is going to technically be the end of our season. I will be back next week during the credits scene. I'm hoping to do a few of the Remember the Names that I excluded. I purposely left off John Wayne, and I purposely left off Howard Hawks, just because there's so much content there that I didn't want to have an uber long episode of just that, and then also going over a chapter. So I thought, during the credits, that'd be a nice little time to go over two of the bigger stars of the movie, the director and the main star. So we'll look forward to that and next week. And then the following weeks, I'm still tinkering around with a few things. But that is the technical end of our movie picture, folks. I hope that you've enjoyed it so far. Hopefully you'll stick around for the rest. I threw a poll out to you a few episodes ago on what you would like to see for next season. You have spoken. It was almost a unanimous vote in regards to that. So I am trying to figure out which of that time frame that you would like me to do. So I got a couple names out there that I'm going to bounce around in my head and see which one I want to tackle first. But that is one of the beauties of tackling the Western genres. There's just so many awesome movies that I want to go over with each and every one of you. So definitely stay tuned for that. But until we meet again, folks, as always, if you'd like to, you can hit us up on social media. We are Support Your Local Podcast on Facebook and Instagram. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feedback, suggestions, if you'd like to guest host on some of our other shows, hit me up at sup. That's SUPP, your local podcast at gmail.com. If you have a moment, something that's absolutely free but helps me immensely, please rate and review our podcast on whatever podcatcher that you're listening to. I know that a lot of the platforms have gotten away from that type of functionality, but Apple is still one of the big ones that really relies on that algorithm for ratings and reviews. So if you are listening to us on Apple Podcasts, definitely hit us up on that. Hit us with a rate review. I would greatly appreciate that. But until we meet again, folks, I love you. As always, please support your local podcast.
Gaily bedight, a gallant knight, in sunshine and in shadow, had journeyed long.
What's that all about?
Just a poem, one of Johnny Diamond's favorites. Let's see. Gaily bedight, a gallant knight, in sunshine and in shadow, had journeyed long, singing a song, in search of El Dorado.
Hello, I'm Robert T. Smith, host of Support Your Local Podcast. I want to take a moment to remind you to hit that fast forward button. That is, unless you want to hear about something good being done. Anyone who knows me knows that I love bowling. In 2016, I founded the Smith Family Bowling Scholarship Foundation, intended to honor my father's hard work and dedication to community service and award scholarships to youth bowlers throughout the nation. To date, we've awarded well over $15,000 in scholarships. If you are a bowler, know a bowler, have ever seen a bowler, or heard about anyone who has ever seen a video of a bowler, I'd love for you to help promote the SFBSF and its mission. Please go to sfbsf.com and see what we're all about. While you're there, please consider hitting that donate button and helping us make a brighter future for our youth. Again, that's sfbsf.com. Thank you for your time. And this episode is brought to you by Dye Real Estate and Land Company. They are the real estate agents based in Northwest Ohio that are the go-to company for people who enjoy the rural lifestyle and are looking to buy and sell some property. The whole team is amazing. I've used them in the past. I'm partial to Jaylene myself for obvious reasons, but they're all there for you whenever you need them. If you're in the market, just drop them a line at info@dyerealestate.com. That's info@dyerealestate.com. And don't forget to tell them Support Your Local Podcast sent you. Howdy, everyone. Are you a diehard movie fan who can't get enough of your favorite films? Then we have just the thing for you. Go to moviesbyminutes.com, the ultimate destination for movie enthusiasts like you. Moviesbyminutes.com is the hub for all things movies, but with a unique twist. Instead of watching a film in one sitting, you can dive deep into your favorite movies 1 minute at a time. It's like getting an exclusive behind-the-scenes pass to your most beloved movies, and we break down iconic movies into bite-sized episodes where our hosts dissect and discuss each minute of cinematic magic. Whether you're a fan of action-packed blockbusters, heartwarming rom-coms, spine-chilling thrillers, or even classic masterpieces, MoviesByMinutes.com has a podcast series for your every genre and taste. Get ready to enhance your movie watching experience like never before. MoviesByMinutes.com. It's like having a front row seat to the magic of the silver screen 1 minute at a time. Don't miss out on this cinematic adventure, folks. Visit MoviesByMinutes.com today and unlock a whole new dimension of movie appreciation.